What's going on, guys? I'm the Retro Beast, and it's time for another What's Next for Blank video. I gave you guys a chance to vote in the last video, so according to you on the poll, we are doing Mario. And by the way, I say Mario, not Mario, so just deal with it. Before we start, I would like to mention I'm only doing the main series Mario games, so there'll be no Mario Kart or Mario Party. But another day I'll make a part 2 and talk about those. I just want to focus on the big stuff, and I have a lot to talk about, so let's not waste any time and get right into it. So before we get into the 3D games, I have a small little idea which I think could work. We haven't seen a main series 2D Mario game since New Super Mario Bros. U, which I think is a good thing since that series has been done to death. Those games represent a dark time in Nintendo, and after Odyssey I would not want to go there again. But here's a pretty interesting idea I got the other day. The classic 2D Mario games like the first 3 and Super Mario World were, and still are, incredibly popular. Speedrunners practically memorize those games by heart, and some fans still play them religiously. This is why giving them HD remakes with, let's say, New Super Mario Bros. U's graphics would be awesome. And I know they made Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii, and this stream would include all the games that were in that, but I would just want completely new graphics, and added multiplayer mode, more levels, and get T-Lopes to the soundtrack, I don't know. They just give those classic games some attention, and it would increase the sales of the Switch, and it would be a love letter to many new and old Mario gamers. Now this is the part worth watching. It's time to get to the 3D games. Super Mario Odyssey was amazing, so the obvious thing to do is to make a sequel, right? I don't know. It's not like Galaxy where there is a distinct gameplay style, so it might even be better off being a completely different game. Mario Odyssey was a huge celebration of Mario's history, from the 2D sections to the explorable Mushroom Kingdom, etc., etc. So how can that be replicated? It can't. I guess they can make a fairly different game and just slap the Odyssey name on it to sell. Of course, that's not ideal though. They should now in all Mario games keep Cappy as a companion, but maybe now he has new moves or something, I don't know. Let's just move on. Odyssey 2 just seems like Nintendo is asking for trouble. I know I talk about remakes and remasters a lot, but for Mario, it really makes sense. Nintendo remade pretty much all of the 3D Zelda games from previous generations, so they might as well do the same for their signature mascot. And there are many things they can alter in these older games to make them more suitable for the modern gaming audience. Probably the game that has the biggest fan base, and definitely one that can use a modern take on it, is good old Super Mario 64. Though they remade it for the DS, that was a long time ago, and the game was kind of doing its own thing anyway. This is why in this HD remaster, they should make a DS mode for fans of that version. Of course, they should update the graphics, but maybe they should give it a cel-shaded look to distinguish it from Odyssey. And also maybe keep the controls similar to the original, because that control style is engraved in many Nintendo enthusiasts' brains. Fans would also love a remake of Super Mario Sunshine, which I think makes a lot of sense as well. This game already had pretty good graphics on the GameCube, but putting it in 1080p on the Switch would just please everyone. And this would be great because the game never got a second release, and it would be a new and fresh experience for many newer gamers. This game isn't regarded as one of Mario's best games, but I really like it, and many of the problems people had with it can be improved with the power and controls of the Nintendo Switch. They could probably do a redo of the voice acting, because I don't know how that would go over nowadays. And yes, I know the Switch's L and R buttons aren't analog, but if they're remaking the game, they can change the control style. It just seems like a good idea all around. Though many fanboys desperately want a Mario Galaxy 3, that seems very unlikely. That franchise is dead, and I think it's good they ended on a high note with Galaxy 2. I'm not saying a sequel would be bad per se, I just think it would be too much of the same. This is why it's more likely for them to remake both Galaxy games and just put them on one big cart. But that's boring, so let's talk about Galaxy 3. They could add more power-ups and maybe even add Cappy. If they make it though, they should probably add more playable characters to add replay value. They just have to add enough new things to make it feel fresh, but that might be challenging, so they will really scrape the bottom of the barrel, and critics might not be happy due to that. So here's my last idea, and I think it might be my best. Wario hasn't gotten a game in ages, at least an important one. I know they are making WarioWare Gold, and Game & Wario is pretty fun, but I just want a big 3D platformer. I know there was WarioWare World, but that was more of a beat-em-up, and it had some flaws. So I think the best thing for them to do is to make a weird and wacky 3D Wario adventure, with tons of humor, colorful cel-shaded graphics, and cool characters. Maybe they can add a few characters from the WarioWare series, but I kinda want it to be a separate franchise. And I know people want a Waluigi game, so they can incorporate him into the 2-player mode, or he could just be a big part of the story. But either way, they have to put him in. Gameplay can consist of beat-em-up elements, but I really want platforming and puzzle solving to reign supreme. This fantasy game could be released to hold fans over for a new and big 3D Mario game, or it could just be another amazing game to the Switch's lineup. I just want to see minor Mario characters get some love, and the Switch is the perfect console to make a bold move. So that's another What's Next for Blank video for the books. I had a lot of fun making this one, and again, I plan to make more. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And rather than leaving a cliffhanger at the end for the next episode, I'll just tell you right now. I'm going to make a new poll, but this time it has the 3 choices you didn't choose last time: Donkey Kong, The Legend of Zelda, and Animal Crossing. But the last option will be to make a part 2 of this video, and I will cover Mario Kart, Mario Party, the Mario Sports games, the Mario RPGs, Luigi's Mansion, and Mario Maker. Don't forget to vote in the poll on the top right corner of the screen. Okay, you guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next What's Next for Blank video.